Welcome to our channel. Enjoy the video.
Imagine spending 2 years, or even 5 years, preparing for a single day. Waking up before sunrise, studying for 10 to 14 hours, sacrificing birthdays, festivals, vacations, and even sleep. Every chapter you memorize, every mock test you solve, every mark you score is aimed at one goal: to become a doctor. For millions of students across India, that dream has one name: NEET, the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. Every year, more than 2 million students compete for a limited number of medical seats. The competition is brutal. Even a difference of 1 or 2 marks can decide whether a student enters a government medical college or has to wait another year. Families invest years of savings in coaching classes, books, and hostel fees, hoping their children will finally wear the white coat. By early 2024, the atmosphere was filled with nervous excitement. Students revised formulas one last time, parents prayed outside examination centers, and teachers reminded everyone to stay calm. It looked like another ordinary exam day. On May 5, 2024, thousands of examination centers across India opened their gates. Students entered with transparent water bottles, admit cards, and years of hard work resting on their shoulders. Security checks were strict. Phones and electronic devices were banned. Everything appeared to be carefully planned. But within hours of the exam ending, something unusual began spreading across social media. Students started comparing questions and discussing answers. Soon, screenshots of what appeared to be the exact question paper began circulating online. At first, many dismissed them as fake. Rumors of paper leaks often appear after major exams. Then came another shock. The National Testing Agency announced the results much earlier than expected. Along with the results came an unprecedented number of perfect scores. 67 students scored a perfect 720 out of 720, an unusually high number that immediately raised questions. Some students from the same examination centers had identical top scores, adding to the growing suspicion. Across the country, confusion turned into anger. Students who had spent years preparing began asking difficult questions. Was the exam truly fair? Had someone gained access to the paper before the test? If so, how many students benefited? And if the allegations were true, what would happen to the dreams of millions of honest candidates? Within days, protests erupted, parents demanded answers, and the controversy dominated national headlines. What had started as India's biggest medical entrance examination was rapidly turning into one of the country's biggest education scandals. But the biggest mystery was still unanswered. If the paper really had leaked, who leaked it, and how did one of India's most secure examinations become compromised? As public outrage grew, what had started as an online rumor quickly turned into a criminal investigation. The first major breakthrough came from Bihar, where local police arrested several people suspected of being part of an organized paper leak network. During questioning, investigators alleged that the NEET question paper had been obtained before the examination and shared with selected candidates the night before the test. According to investigators, the operation was carefully planned. Candidates who had allegedly paid large sums of money were brought to safe locations, where they were given copies of the question paper along with answer keys. They were reportedly instructed to memorize the answers overnight before appearing for the exam the next morning. As investigators searched phones, documents, and digital evidence, more names began to emerge. The case appeared to involve brokers, middlemen, and individuals accused of helping coordinate access to candidates. Authorities suspected that the network extended beyond a single city. Soon, the investigation expanded to multiple states. The allegations shocked the country. For millions of honest students, the idea that some candidates might have seen the paper in advance felt like a betrayal of years of hard work. Meanwhile, social media exploded. Screenshots claiming to show the leaked paper spread rapidly across WhatsApp, Telegram, and other platforms. Some posts were genuine pieces of evidence collected by investigators, while many others were unverified or misleading, making it difficult for the public to separate fact from rumor. As pressure mounted, opposition parties, student groups, and parents demanded accountability. Protest demonstrations took place in several cities, with students asking whether the examination should be cancelled and conducted again. The National Testing Agency denied any widespread compromise of the examination process and maintained that the integrity of the exam remained intact while investigations continued. But the controversy had become too large to ignore. Given the scale of the allegations, the Government of India transferred the investigation to the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI. What had begun as a state police case was now a nationwide investigation involving multiple agencies. The country's top investigators now faced two critical questions. Who had gained access to one of India's most secure examination papers? And was this the work of a few individuals, or a much larger network operating behind the scenes? The answers would lead investigators to a trail of arrests, digital evidence, and courtrooms, where the future of one of India's biggest examinations would be debated. The moment the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, took over, the NEET controversy became more than an education scandal, it became one of the country's most closely watched criminal investigations. CBI teams spread across multiple states, collecting digital devices, examining call records, tracking financial transactions, and questioning dozens of suspects. Every phone, every message, and every bank transfer had the potential to reveal how the alleged leak had happened. Investigators claimed that the network was not the work of a single individual. According to the investigation, brokers allegedly identified students willing to pay large amounts of money for guaranteed success. These middlemen then connected candidates with people accused of having access to confidential examination material. Authorities alleged that the operation involved several layers, making it difficult to trace the source of the leak. As arrests increased, the public demanded one answer above all others. Should the entire NEET examination be cancelled? For millions of honest students, the uncertainty became unbearable. Some argued that even a limited paper leak destroyed the fairness of the examination. Others feared that cancelling the exam would punish innocent candidates who had worked for years and performed honestly. The debate soon reached the Supreme Court of India. Inside the courtroom, lawyers presented arguments, government agencies submitted investigation reports, and judges examined whether there was enough evidence to prove that the integrity of the entire examination had been compromised. The court acknowledged that a paper leak had occurred and described it as a serious breach of trust. However, the judges also focused on another crucial question: was there sufficient evidence to show that the leak had spread across the entire country on a scale that justified cancelling the examination? After reviewing the available material, the court concluded that while the leak was real, the evidence before it did not establish a nationwide compromise significant enough to order a complete re-examination for all candidates. The decision sparked mixed reactions. Some students felt relieved that months of uncertainty had finally ended. Others believed justice had not been fully served and continued to question whether every deserving candidate had received a fair opportunity. Meanwhile, the CBI investigation continued. Officials stated that those responsible would be identified and prosecuted, even though the examination itself would not be cancelled nationwide. But one question still remained. If one of India's most important examinations could be breached even once, what changes were needed to ensure it never happened again? The Supreme Court's decision brought legal closure to the case, but for millions of students, the emotional impact remained. For many aspirants, the NEET 2024 controversy wasn't just about a paper leak. It was about trust. Every year, students dedicate countless hours to preparing for one of India's toughest entrance examinations. They sacrifice sleep, social lives, and precious time with their families, believing that success depends only on hard work and merit. The allegations surrounding the paper leak shook that belief. Across the country, students questioned whether the system that promised equal opportunity had truly protected them. Parents worried that years of preparation could be overshadowed by the actions of a small group accused of cheating the system. In response to the controversy, the Government of India announced several measures aimed at strengthening the security of competitive examinations. Investigating agencies continued filing charges against those accused, while discussions began on improving the way high-stakes exams are conducted. Experts suggested stronger digital monitoring, tighter control over question paper distribution, enhanced background checks for officials handling confidential material, and stricter punishments for anyone involved in exam fraud. The controversy also sparked a nationwide conversation. Should technology play a bigger role in protecting examinations? Can encrypted systems, artificial intelligence, and advanced surveillance reduce the risk of future leaks? Or is the real challenge not technology, but corruption within the system itself? The answers are still evolving. The NEET paper leak became a reminder that the credibility of an examination is just as important as the examination itself. Without trust, even the most competitive test loses its meaning. Today, the investigation continues against those accused, and courts will determine individual criminal responsibility based on the evidence presented. Meanwhile, millions of students continue preparing for future examinations, hoping that their hard work alone will decide their future. Because every student deserves one simple guarantee: that when they walk into an examination hall, they are competing only against knowledge, not against corruption. The NEET 2024 paper leak will be remembered not only as one of India's biggest education controversies, but also as a turning point that exposed weaknesses in the system and pushed the country to rethink how competitive examinations should be protected. If those lessons lead to stronger safeguards and greater transparency, then perhaps this controversy will leave behind something more valuable than headlines: a fairer future for every student who dares to dream. Thank you for watching. If you found this documentary informative, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. We'll be back soon with another true story that changed history.